Hey there, Painted Glory. It's Tildy here doing another video. We're going to today talk about targeting. You guys have heard Maz mention this many times about tab targeting, the control tab for the finding the corpses or the chests, as often the case. In addition to, I want to show you some more advanced techniques if for you MQ2 users out there. Let's see if we can't explain how to better target. Make us a little bit faster at acquiring those targets, make sure we're hitting the right things, and not breaking mezzes. So you can see I got Tilde open here. I'm going to hit the Alt-O key and bring up my options. And normally it would come up to the General tab. You want to click over to Keys. You have several different options for drop-downs. I'm going to go ahead and select Target. Now what you want to do is cycle through the nearest NPCs. You can see I've already got this one set. All I have to do is click, and if I hit a number, or any key on my keyboard, whatever that is, it's going to change that. If I accidentally make a mistake like there with the nearest NPC, I can hit escape to erase it. Again, you can select any key. I personally side with Maz, and I use the tab key for cycle through nearest NPC. While we're in here, let's go ahead and cycle through nearest corpses. Let's set that one up, which is just control tab. Also, I like to set this one, this target to toggle last two targets. I use a Z key for this. And you guys will see, if you're a healer or you're an enchanter, you're doing runes, any of the healers, this might be an advantageous thing for you too. It makes it real easy when you're switching between a mob and say a main tank. Makes it super fast to switch targets. So once we got all those set, we can begin to use our tab for targeting. Now the cool thing about tab targeting is it depends on the camera as to what's in your field of view, and when you start hitting tab, what shows up. Let's say I'm going to get this familiar right here. I'm going to cut him out of my field of view. So I really only have these three targets. So if I hit tab, I'm going to get the closest one. Tab, I'm going to go to the second one. Tab again, I'm going to go to this farther one. Hit tab again, and he comes back to this guy. Now you notice if I zoom out a little bit, and now we can see this familiar and maybe even part of this combat dummy are in my window. If I hit tab again, it's the closest is this combat dummy over here. That familiar. Then we're going to go to that familiar. Then this one around the corner, the combat dummy. This combat dummy, back around the go. The cool thing is this really makes it fast when you're, if you're having to target something that's right in front of you, you can see really easily what it is. Now, again, it follows the camera angle. So if we come in and we tighten down the camera angle, I'm only going to see these three things that are in my window. Even cut that guy out. I got two. They're going to cycle back and forth. Obviously, this makes your targeting super fast and super easy. Going to come back here in just a second with some live game footage from one of our hate clears and show you some how tab targeting works in play, and also how if you use the map function out of MQ2, you can further expand your tab targeting and get some real good control. See you guys in a sec. Okay, so this is some footage from a recent Plane of Hate clear. And you can see that I'm using my XT window in combination with my maps inside the client while running MQ2 to actually locate the source, or to locate where the mobs are in relation to myself. You can see that I am the green arrow that's moving back and forth on the map window in conjunction with, you can see my character move back and forth in game. And, you can see me throwing out a few mezzes, that kind of thing. Here in a second, after these guys get these killed off, we're going to see a pull happen, and we're going to have a bunch of targets appear on XT, and I'm going to be able to identify very quickly where those targets are. If you notice just a second, or just back there, you notice that there were several Gina trigger fires for like this one right here, that Zulkin just awoke a Mez target, which is awesome because Zulkin's a melee guy, and melee guys are the ones who should be breaking Mezes and starting to damage on those targets. If you're a caster, generally you should not see your name on one of those messages ever. Generally that means you've done something wrong. You can see that Snap just ran around the corner, and here in a second he's going to piss some stuff off, and our XT is going to fill back up again. And there we go. we can see here that I'm clicking, and you can see the red line drawing a line to where that target's located in relation to myself. See, these targets are all the way across the zone. Now this is really important when you're a caster, like a wizard or something like that, or a magician, either one, and especially in hate, you can actually nuke mobs upstairs. You can nuke mobs across the zone and actually cause a serious problem. But by using your XT window in conjunction with the MQ2 maps and the map client inside of EverQuest, you can actually see exactly where the mob is. You can see as an enchanter, I use this to my advantage. I see these mobs coming in. I target the ones that I want to hit, and I mez them short. The red ones that I can't touch in this particular instance, I just let them go right on by and let the group know, or let the raid force know. That's how, when we announce that these reds are in camp, 9 times out of 10, that's how we know, is because we're watching our maps and using our XT window to actually pinpoint those mobs. Anyway, hope that helps you out some. Got quite a bit more coming up with the face command that hopefully you guys will find beneficial as well. See ya. Okay, guys, so the last part of this, we're going to talk about the /face command. If you're not familiar with it, it's an MQ2 command. So that, like, if I target this blood skeleton familiar, for example, turn my head away from him, I'm looking completely the other direction, say I don't know where he is, I can do a /face, hit enter, and it automatically turns my character to face that target. Now this is it's handy for the most part, just on a flat terrain. But if you guys, look at these maps, for example, this is our guild hall, and you guys can tell there's different colors of the outlines. So you can tell that there are different floors. There's different heights. I'm actually downstairs in the basement. And just to show you, this is a neat trick. If I do a target Briar, which is one of our buff bots, you can see I got the target here. And, it works the same way. If I hit face again, it's going to face me in his direction. But the problem is like if I'm looking at a map, I'm like, okay, is he upstairs? Is he downstairs? Now we know he's upstairs. But let's say you're in a zone that you don't know that. Well, here's a little trick for you that's kind of handy. Let's say that we have our camera angle and we zoom all the way into first person. And then I do my face command again. You can tell that I looked up and faced his direction. So I know that Briar is in this direction and he's above me. This is a really handy thing sometimes if you're trying to find some mob in a zone that you're not super familiar with, or like the previous example where we're fighting in hate and you might accidentally aggro something on the second floor. You're not sure. You can hit that, go into first person, hit the /face command, and you can actually see your head tilt up and look upwards to make sure that you're looking in the actual direction of the mob. You can tell that it's upstairs in that sense. Anyway, hope that helps. Hope this is all helpful. If you guys have suggestions or anything else, please let me know. We'll talk to you guys soon.